Alright, welcome back to the part 2 of the basic top. So last week we did our neck and we did the armhole. This week I'm going to show you how to completely shape the bodice, and we're also going to do the back. So let's get into this video. Off camera I've already marked my lines, so I'm just going to explain to you what I did. The first thing is to get all your lengths, and these lines that you see represent all my lengths. So the first length is the chest length here. The next one is the bust line, shoulder to the bust line. Remember, this is the length. Shoulder to the bust line, then shoulder to the half length, the shoulder to the navel or the waist, the shoulder to the top length. After getting all these lengths, the next thing to do is to mark their wideness or their circumference. Now, how we do that? From the folded part, remember, this is our highest measurement line and it is folded. If it's going to be on a material, if you've not watched that part 1, please go and watch it to understand what I'm saying. So if you folded that, so from the folded part I'm going to mark all our measurements. Now my top hip and my bust arm, our highest measurement here, they are what gave us this line, so I'm not going to just bother touching that part. Then my waist and my half length have different measurements, which I am going to mark, and they are 10 and 1/4 and 10 and 3/4. So I've marked that, and then we just connect it together. Connected all of them from the bust to the waist and to the top length. Okay, so now your own shoulder to bust point might be lower. Do not make the mistake of having a straight line and then slant. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So you might be tempted to do something like this. Please, this is wrong, this is wrong. So always make sure your curves move together, because our body curves. Make sure everything flows together. Okay? So just like mine flowing together, you don't see any different straight like this, straight and then curving up. So that's how you curve them. Now if you want the down of your top to be a bit curved, you could also curve that. Just going to curve that. Now we're going to move on to the back. I'm just going to cut this out and then I'll show you how to do the back. In the next video, I'll also show you how to have your darts. You can have a shoulder dart even if you are using free hand. You can have a shoulder dart. You can have your side dart. You can have different kind of darts even with free hand. So I'm going to show you that in another video. But now to cut the back, we have the front piece. I already cut out the front piece that we made. So now to cut the back is nothing hard. And also I've marked, look here, I've written on fold and I've written side seam so that you know where side seam, and this is on fold. On your material, this straight part should be on fold. Okay, so we're just going to place this on the back and we're just going to trace it all out again. So we trace it all out. Then we also have our zip allowance, which we are just going to add to this part, which is 1 inch. We're going to add it all around. Watch. So to get the armhole, to make sure that your armhole curves properly, you also have to measure your front width. To check my measurement video, you still have to measure your front width, your back width, and your side width. You have to measure it together. So I'll also link that video down below. So you have to do it together. So when you do that, you also have the length to know where that is going to be. That is your chest or your front width length. Alright? So for the back, let me put the front aside. For the back, the armhole is slightly different from the front, though this depends on your measurement. So whatever it is, that is what you use here. Okay, then the neck of the back, the standard neck is usually 2 inches, but then it doesn't mean you cannot decide whatever style or design you want to use. So you could decide to make it deeper, but just know that this wideness, the wideness of the back and that of the front, has to be the same. Okay, and if you look at this allowance here, we have 1 inch zip allowance. So it's a zip allowance and it goes all the way to the height of the back. Okay, so we've also curved it. You also need your waist, your half length and your waistline. We need this line so that at this zip allowance we are going to remove ½ inch. This will also help to give that cloth a very perfect fit and to avoid those folds. You see, when you sew some clothes, you see the back folding. To avoid that, that is why we're going to be putting this. We're going to remove ½ inch. So I'm going to mark ½ inch. Okay, going to the marking ½ inch and ½ inch, and I'm going to just roll that into this part. So take note of this part. We will be cutting this part out. But take note, if you are going to use this to sew, you are still going to use 1 inch all the way down. This is going to help to give that cloth a very good fit at your waist. Alright, so this will be all for the back. If you have any questions, please ask your questions in the comment section. Watch the measurement video, watch the part 1 of this video, totally understand it. Also, if you want to know how to use freehand for dart manipulation, if you want to know how to manipulate your dart with freehand, subscribe to the channel and also on the notification bell so that you'll be among the first people to know when that video drops. It's going to be huge. That's manipulation with freehand. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you do not miss that class. Okay, so I'll just cut out the back. So see you in the next class. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is the front and this is back. I marked two thickness here to show you that you can also have any sort of thickness that you like. Same thing applies to the front. So in other videos I'll show you how we could use this pattern to form different styles, how you can use it to do your padded blouses and so on and so forth. So do stick with me on my channel, and if you have any questions, I am in the comment section. I'm willing to answer your questions. And if you also want to join my online subscription class, which is 2,000 naira per month, you can join. In my class we've already passed the basic, so we have done so much with freehand. Many people believe that freehand is not as effective as pattern drafting, but in my class you see that even with freehand you get your perfect fit and you get the best result. Imagine using freehand to do that manipulation. If you are aware of pattern grammars and so on, you understand that it is not easy. But then I have given my class formulas which they use with their freehand, and they can cut their cloth immediately on the material. They can join my subscription class if you like. I will be linking everything below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is still Tamara's Palace.